This scholar's name was James George Frazer. He also got attracted towards anthropology after reading, or he read the book Primitive Culture. Initially, he was also a lawyer. He read many subjects. He studies law, he studies political science, philosophy, and works in several universities. Later, he gets attracted to anthropology and he starts writing about anthropology. And if we compare all the three people, especially the three people who are in our syllabus, Tyler, Morgan, and Fraser, perhaps the most, Morgan can be said as more towards, more prone towards a field work. सबसे इन तीनों में most field work has been done by Morgan, and the least field work was done by Fraser. So now, if you put Morgan, Tyler, and Fraser, this is the way. If you put Morgan has done maximum field work, you can give more ticks. This is field work, and Tyler very less, and this man almost zero. Fraser has not done any field work, but he has collected information from the secondary sources that you all know. What are the secondary sources of information? The accounts or descriptions collected by the people or sourced from the travelers, missionaries, voyagers, etc. And they develop books on it, because once they collect information, their job is to make them popular, because these people are well read. Maybe the travelers, missionaries, etc. are not very well read. They are not so literate, and they will not be in a position to translate that knowledge into some books or etc. These people are bestowed with that knowledge. Tyler, Morgan, Fraser, etc. Fraser has learnt a leaf more in this regard. So he started giving his ideas in the form of books and books and books. In तीनों में सबसे ज़्यादा books कौन लिखा है? It is Fraser. We'll just have a look at that. Okay, hope you have noted this down. We will talk about his contributions like this. As far as books and other things are concerned, Fraser has come up with the plethora of books. Many of them, as far as this first one is concerned, that is Golden Bough. You can see the Golden Bough runs into several volumes. It is when do you write more voluminous books, or a book in many more volumes? When that book becomes popular, like the way they are making series. आजकल बहुत हिट हो रहा है ना, KGF1, KGF2, then all these series like. So in this fashion, this man, because he could write very attractively about the myths, the mythology, the folklore, the magic, the magical lifestyle of the people, polyandry, polygyny, interesting and very strange things, and cultural practices which were not known to the European people, especially the English people. And of course, even in Europe those days, English was the dominant language. So through language of English, these people started spreading their ideas, because people were buying these books. Now, if I just want to compare this with one present day scenario also, which one will be more attractive? The one with more fantasies and animations and 3D graphics, or some kind of movie which is mostly based on reality? आज भी देख लो, लोग कैसा किसको ज्यादा पसंद करते हैं? Right? People like the fantasy things, animated things, and जो उसको अच्छा सा describe करके बताता है. This kind of a quality was there in Fraser. So though he was not a practical and field based anthropologist, this man could needle together all the different fables and stories collected by these travelers, missionaries, etc., and was writing books after books. That's the reason you can see even the titles of the books. इसलिए आपको याद रखना easy होता है. You need to connect to the thinker and his background, then the title of the book also you'll remember better. It is easier now. Golden Bough. You see, is it looking like a title of an anthropology book or some novel's title? नॉवल टाइटल जैसा लग रहा है आपको, दैट टू फैंटेसी, फेरी टेल्स, ये सब रहता है ना, all these kinds of subjects, those books will have titles like this: Golden Bough, Psyche's Task, Totemism and Exogamy. Never, people never hear about this kind of ideas. The belief in mortality, immortality, and the worship of the dead. So, of course, in English culture also, some of this is there, the belief in immortality and the worship of the dead. So, naturally, they would like to see from that point of time to the societies compared in the tribal life. Similarly, folklore in Old Testament, it is followed by some Christians, right? Especially the Jews, they follow the Old Testament. The Christians follow the New Testament. The worship of nature, this is slightly better, like it looks like more anthropological. Initially it was all looking like mythological, then practical. Then again he has titled, see, maybe these books were not selling, again he has written this, Mythology and Aftermath. The titles themselves give you an idea what kind of subjects he is dealing with. So this man dealt with some kinds of ideas like magic, etc. Okay, hope you have written it down. All these points you note down, then I'll take you to the next page. Then what about other ideas with which he got he got admission into this school of thought. It's not that any admission, I'm just telling you in a casual manner. It is the kind of club, the Classical Evolutionist Club. On what basis this man was included in Classical Evolutionism? Because this man said, again we will draw this, or maybe we can even draw this way. Two diagrams, any one diagram you can use, and in these he said during the savagery stage, I'll write the savagery at the bottom. During the savagery stage, humanity practiced magic, and during barbarism stage, humans practiced religion. Did I mention this? And during civilization, humans adopted science. That means he was also speaking in the lines of evolution, magic, religion, and science. All these, if you want to put in one heading, you can put this. Belief system. What kind of belief system people followed in in savagery, in barbarism, and civilization? The answer is the people followed the belief systems of like in childhood we used to write basic questions and answers. In the basic belief systems, the people used to follow during savagery, barbarism, and civilization were magic, religion, and science respectively. ऐसा याद रखो आप. Okay, this is also cool. Then if you ask why, there should also be why. No, I have given what part of it. Then naturally people will raise the question, why people started doing this? Why people could not continue magic, or why people could not continue religion into civilization? Why science has come? Why stage by stage, stage after stage, there were changes? Because, he said, for this question I have an answer. What is that answer? Typical answer he is giving. He is saying that look, people change their lifestyle or belief system only when they see some when they see some result in this, or when they have some hope on a new thing. Correct? Either they have a hope or they have seen some results, or others have shown some results, they are also adopting. What was the now we will link Tyler here. Okay, now Tyler साहब को बुलाते इधर, ठीक है? What Tyler was saying here, as far as savagery is concerned, what kind of religion was followed in savagery? Can you tell me fast? In savagery, what was the religion like, or what was the form of religion? What was the form of religion in savagery? Yes, perfectly right. Animism. Animism is the form of a religion in savagery. So let us put animism here. And what was the form of worship or belief system or belief in barbarism? Now you answer naturally. It is polytheism. As far as civilization is concerned, according to Tyler, what was the belief system or worship or what the form of worship? That was monotheism. Monotheism. At least, okay, let us consider only one part. In animism, what are worshipped? Souls and spirits were worshipped. Again, I am raising the question. Why the souls and spirits were worshipped? Because the souls and spirits were thought to be powerful. In fact, to many of the problems of humanity or whatever stage they were in, okay, they were going for hunting and gathering, and if they get some good amount of game animals, that is the animals for hunting, then there it is because of they believed that it is because of their ancestors' blessing, that positive blessing by the ancestors. Because I told you earlier, you can connect to our earlier lecture. In the dreams, my father said like that, my father scolded me, my father praised me. So my father is actually behind the bounty of the game animals. That's the reason I could get a lot of meat today. I could hunt many animals, or my life is blessed, I'm living happily, and entire group of us, our group is surviving. At the same time, when things go wrong, it is because of my father or grandfather or all the ancestral spirits. Again, curse. Either on the one hand it is blessing, on the other hand it is a curse. वो लोग श्राप दिया है because they were angry. Maybe they were not getting properly propitiated, or they were not worshipped properly. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. With magic, they were controlling these souls and spirits. They were in fact controlling and manipulating. They were manipulating and controlling the spirits. In both these things, one is common: animism as this magic and religion. Both magic and religion, they fall into something called as one domain. They fall into a domain called as supernatural. Both magic and religion, not just one, but both. Now science belongs to that natural domain. Science actually comes under natural domain. Why what it is considered as natural domain? For example, science studies matter, science studies organisms, science studies phenomena like heat, light, sound, okay, air, then water, and all the laws, magnetism, electricity. ये सब क्या है? When you are dealing with this matter and its properties, right? Matter and its properties, organisms and their properties. In biology and life sciences, people will deal with organisms and their properties. In physical sciences, people deal with matter and its properties. In chemical sciences or chemistry, the scientists deal with elements and compounds and their properties. यही पूरा subject है. Now, if you put all of them in one bracket, what is that bracket? You can call it as the natural domain. Why? Why it is called as natural domain? Because you can actually see the results of them immediately. The other classical evolutionists, I guess we have spoken on this. J.J. Bachofen has come up with a book, or he has written a book in 1861, titled as Das Mutterrecht. What is the meaning of Das Mutterrecht? There's nothing but mother rights. Das means the in English. Mutter means mother. Rect means right. The mother's right or mother right. And in this, what he has said, just remember that matrilineal preceded patrilineal. Matrilineal के बाद आया है patrilineal. That means matrilineal preceded patrilineal. You can write one line also. Matrilineal preceded PRECEDED. Patrilineal. And the rest of the discussion. And Adolf Bastian, this man is a Swiss anthropologist or Swiss classical evolutionist. This man spoke about psychic unit of mankind in one of his papers. We have noted about this, right? What is the meaning of psychic unit of mankind? Entire mankind thinks alike. Entire mankind thinks alike because it is exposed to similar environmental challenges and pressures. So the reaction, since the stimulus is same or stimuli are same, the responses were also same. They started producing similar cultural things. Technically, we call them as cultural parallels. ये सब भी discuss कर दिया हमने. And Henry Main's ancient law, in that he said, right, first comes the status, then in savagery, barbarism, it is status. Then from status to contract, the legal systems evolved. Similarly, he said a civil law evolves into criminal law. And McLennan, this man we never spoke about. We will talk about this man in the topic marriage 2.3 in detail, slightly in detail. This man spoke about the term primitive marriage or book, and in that he spoke about exogamy and endogamy. In fact, he is the person who coined the terms. He coined the terms exogamy and endogamy. So there we have got in 2.3, you can see exogamy and endogamy are there. And he started examining the idea called marriage among the primitive societies. And just like his counterparts in classical evolutionism, he also started comparing today's this so-called primitive people or tribal people with the savage and barbaric people in the past. So ये भी बोल रहा है, like earlier it was endogamy, later it became exogamy. So endogamy evolved into exogamy. Like that, this man also subscribed to the theory of classical evolutionism by way of his ideas.